Hey everyone, back here at HumanX. Really excited to have Abhi here, my friend from Mastra.
Hey, thanks for having me, Mike.
Okay, so for anybody watching this that doesn't already know Mastra's, quick intro.
So I'm Abhi, the CTO and co-founder of Mastra. Mastra is the fastest way to build agents in TypeScript, and we are both a framework and soon to be a platform.
Okay, so let's talk about the framework piece
Yeah.
first. I know a lot of people are using agents today. What goes into building an agent, and why is Mastra the best way to do it?
So that's a really good question. So the landscape has changed a lot in the last 3 months. When we first started, we were building and helping people build what we like to call production agents, which are agents you find in a SaaS product, in a behind the SaaS screen, a chat bot, etc. And in that world, you needed tools. MCP was a huge proponent of that, and a really good model. And now I think everything has become a coding agent, or this flavor of coding agent. So now agents need to know how to run bash, file systems, sandboxes. The scope has increased. And also this word production agent is changing too, because a coding agent is now a production agent, or vice versa. Your file system could be an S3 and your files could be Google Docs and PDFs. It's not just necessarily coding agents.
What type of agents are people building on top of this? Like, what do you see? I think the chatbot example is probably the classic one.
Yeah.
A lot of people know.
Yeah.
We've had chatbots for a long time, and it's a pretty easy addition with like AI LLMs to that. But what do new agents look like, or
Yeah.
agentic workflows look like that are
So
different?
I think I could categorize them into like three different categories. So one is agent platforms. You're building a internal agent platform for your business, and in those type of worlds, you're trying to build agents that can build agents for your fellow employees. The second thing that we're seeing a lot of is adding a copilot, which is not necessarily a chatbot, but kind of is a copilot to your application. So you're now having the AI control your front end, and before it was you clicking buttons, but now you're too lazy for that, so you just do that. And then finally, we have these adversarial, or so both in the security space, building agents that are primarily used to hack you, or on the other side of it, on the security side, which is just making sure that your guardrails are right and things like that. So it's just exploded.
Favorite model that people use to build it? What do you think?
In
Terms of
our
agentic,
Yeah.
execution.
So in our user base, most people are using Opus 4.6, but even in their applications, so they're spending a lot of money, which is really funny. GPT 5.4 is also a very beloved thing, and Kimi K2 in the open source side through Fireworks or OpenRouter or whoever.
You chose to build this framework and company in TypeScript. Can you talk about that? Like why that
Yeah.
instead of Python or another language?
So besides me hating Python,
That's a good reason.
yeah, that was a good reason. Me and my co-founders used to work at a company called Gatsby. We built Gatsby.js, which is a JavaScript framework. And we actually built that at a time where no one was doing React yet. And Gatsby was like this gateway drug into learning React. And then we built a whole framework around it. And we kind of had the same inception here, where TypeScript developers weren't in AI yet because there were only Python libraries for people to do this. So in the same way, we wanted to build a TypeScript framework to bring the web developers, front-end developers, TypeScript developers into this AI space. But we're designing it a lot better than Gatsby this time around.
Yeah. So we all love TypeScript. I know that a lot of people are building AI products on top of Next.js.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you saw it today, like I think Railway
They
announced that
removed
they had
themselves.
moved, from
Yeah.
Next.js to Vite and some other stuff. Can you talk about that? Like kind of how you see Next.js being a platform that people can build AI stuff on top of or not? It seems like the models often will build stuff using
Yeah.
it. But why? Why is that the case? And is that the right model?
So what we learned, especially when you're like a new framework, you're not in the training data. And so predominantly many front-end apps were built with Next.js, especially in the Sonnet 3.5 days especially. But now you would be very surprised to see a lot of just naked Vite apps are being created. Now, I don't think Next.js is the wrong thing to build or the right thing to do. I just think that people like the ability to just do whatever their agent says. And because the agents are kind of moving towards Vite, you'll see more of that. Also, Next.js is a all-in-one framework. It has a lot of things you may not need, and you kind of have to pay for those up front. With Vite, you can add those things progressively over time. And I don't think the agent knows that, but that's just my kind of opinion on how I see it. Railway moving off of it was the same kind of reason I see a lot of customers moving from Next.js to just a naked Vite app or using Vite Plus or whatever, is because they just don't understand React server components and they don't care about it and they're paying for it.
Mm.
And so most people fear what they don't understand, so they'll just do something else.
So one piece of this is the models being good at writing the code.
Yeah.
They're good at writing Next.js. It's in the pre-training, et cetera. It feels like there's another version of this, which is the models preferring to use a certain vendor or service.
Yeah.
I was catching up last week with Zeno from Resend, and we were talking about how in a large percentage of cases, these coding systems just pick
Yeah.
Resend to use.
Yeah.
What do you see around that? How is that occurring? Are these systems building great docs? Do they have an agentic sign-up experience? Is there something else around there? LLMs.txt or
I've been really kind of researching this phenomenon because both Railway and Resend had this proliferation because I think a couple of reasons. One, documentation for both products is very good. Also, written content about them in the traditional SEO way, super good. Especially Zeno, he's the homie. Like we all know him. The agents know
he's
him
the
too.
king. You're listening to this.
You're the king, Zeno.
Bless up.
CLI access from the beginning, or getting your sign up experience agentic, where if a user doesn't even know what to do, the agent can just install the CLI for that, run the auth command, you go and log in, and then once again, you still don't care because it's still driving everything. Plus, Resend is a really nice token efficient, let's say, API. It's easy to do. And same with Railway. It's very easy to use. So I think those types of products have really we're trying to make Mastra more like that too.
Totally. We're doing the same thing with WorkOS.
Thing.
Yeah, we actually shipped a month ago. An agent can go sign up for an account without an email address, and you can claim it as a human later. It's actually non-interactive agent first, which is kind of a mind bend if you think about it. Yeah.
I love that. I remember Netlify has Netlify New. It's the same kind of concept where, human doesn't necessarily have to be part of the loop to go and explore these products. But then once you have something working, you're like, oh, I guess I should sign up for this because I don't want to lose my progress.
Yeah. So it's moving really fast. You guys are having your conference this week.
Yeah.
Talk about that. We're at HumanX right now, but not at
Yes. So
TypeScript AI.
This Thursday is TypeScript AI Conference Part 2. We're calling it Demo Day. We did one in November. That was TSAI Part 1. We found since November, so many people have gotten into production. And so many people have their own projects that they want to show off that are serving users. So we have a bunch of great sponsors. WorkOS is a sponsor. Thank you very much. And a bunch of great speakers. I believe you're speaking as well. So it's going to be such a great day. I'm so stoked for it. We have some announcements as well, which will be great.
Do you want to share that now? We'll publish this on Thursday.
Yeah, would love to. So we're releasing what we're calling the products that comprise the Mastra platform. Mastra has a development studio that now people have extracted from us that they want to have a collaboration studio in the cloud. They want to be able to run evals and do their observability and iterate on their agents as a team. So we got you there. Other people want free compute, but in more so, they want to have a server that they can deploy. So we partner with Railway, and you can deploy to Railway through Mastra servers. And finally, the last thing that I'm the most excited about is we're doing a product called Memory Gateway. And what this gateway is, we're partnered with Open Router, where instead of you having to worry about memory in agents, just use our gateway and you will get an agent that never forgets for free. I mean, not for free, but in terms of no effort for you. So that uses our observational memory. We have a research paper if you want to check it out. But you will just have an LLM URL that is memory enabled, and it will never forget.
Incredible. I mean, totally going from framework, open source framework, now to full platform.
Yeah.
If you build on top of
Yeah.
it. Cool. Well, we'll let you get back to HumanX,
Yeah.
and I will see you on Thursday for
Yeah.
TSAI.
And thank you for having me as always.
Thanks. Take care.